We all make mistakes, that's just how it is, but in Raid Shadow Legends, one mistake can cost you weeks, maybe even months of progress, and ultimately it just leads to regret. So today we're going to go through 5 early game tips, and these are mistakes that I see a lot of people make when I do takeovers, and you know what? I've done them all myself. So hopefully we can learn something from this video, or maybe just give it to someone to prevent them from making the mistakes we have. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back for another video. Now, these 5 mistakes that I very commonly see people make when doing takeovers all really kind of stem from the same thing. They're not progressing fast enough, so they make all of these sort of whimsical decisions and essentially you just kind of get burned for it. So here we go. I'm actually just going to go straight into it. Let's talk about what might be holding your account back. But guys, before we move ahead, just to let you know, there will be a promo link. It's going to be written in the pinned comment as well as the description of this video. If you're looking for a fresh start in Raid, maybe you just want to recommend the game to a friend, it's going to get you off to a solid head start with the likes of Elenaril, Fayne, Uugo and Tagoar as you level up your account. And if you want that, just follow these instructions. You'll want to log out of Plarium Play on your PC and uninstall the game. Click the link in the description, register with a brand new email address, launch Raid, complete your tutorial, go to your inbox and claim your first free champion. Like I say, this is a good one, you don't want to miss out, and if you want it, just click and get started today. So, mistake number 1, you are spreading yourself too thin. We all want more legendaries, we all want more epics, we all want to get, from stage 10 to 15 to 20, we ultimately all want to progress. However, in the early game, Plarium actually punishes you for this. You don't need 30 level 60 champions, you just need 5 to 10 as you level up your account and they become your core squad, and you just use that core squad everywhere. You can always build out from that point, but the second you start just trying to max absolutely everything, what you tend to see is that all of your resources just go down. Like, you will run out of brews, you will run out of chickens, you might not have enough books to level everyone up. It's always better to focus on one thing and make that one thing very good, rather than trying to put all your gear on absolutely everyone, because ultimately all that will happen is you will just get nowhere. And you know what? Here's an example of a massive mistake I made very early on in this game. I chose Fayne as my starter champion. I've got no regrets there. But for some reason, I decided when I pulled another one to level her up all the way to 60, I invested, I ascended her, I did all of this investment in her, and now that I'm actually, past that point in progression, I'm just sat on one that's just ultimately completely useless. What a waste of resources. Okay, mistake number 2. You do not yet understand the value of good gear. Just because something has a red border around it, or a gold border around it, or more stars on it, it doesn't always mean that that is a better item of gear. The amount of times I've just kept something simply because it's mythical. I'm sure if I click on some of this, yeah, here's a great example. I've got a mythical protection weapon, 6-star, wicked, sounds so good. But when I look at the stats, they're rubbish. That's not going to benefit me. Who's going to want a protection set? Not a DPS champ. So you don't want crit damage and crit rate here. The speed's nice. The flat HP sucks. But for some reason I kept it just because it was mythical. So kind of learn to let go of the rarity and the quality, and instead look for something that is actually good. Take this bit of gear for an example. It doesn't really matter about the set, but toxic, you think, okay, who wants to be in that? You want to get poisons out, probably on a DPS. It's got speed, that's absolutely great. It's got attack, perfect if it's an attack-based champion. It's got crit rate, even better. Start to look for synergy, not just a shiny colour around all the bits of gear that you've got. Champions will only ever be as good as the gear that you can put on them. You could have the best mythical that exists, but if they're in bad gear, then they're just going to permanently underperform. Learn to recognise synergy and build based from that, not just because something's got a red border around it. Mistake number 3, not knowing when to stop. This is a personal one for probably just about anyone that's played this game. Let's take an event as an example. We get flooded with events all the time, and it's just how it goes in Raid. If you permanently just try to do all of the milestones in an event, you're going to end up wasting a lot of resource. So let's look at this at the moment. It's Dungeon Divers. We get it very regularly. It just means that we have to, compete in the dungeons and earn gear. That's how we get points. What you've got to do is you've got to look at the rewards on display and think which of these are actually worth my time and my resources, because resources are not infinite. So I look here and I think, right, I'm doing the fusion at the moment, so I have to get to this point. Sadly, I wish it was down there, but that's just not how it goes. I have to get the Donatello fragments. But that's going to cost me 3,700 points, which probably is going to equate to around about 4 to 4,500 energy. Now let's look at the last two rewards. A 5-star speed glare, it's actually pretty cool, I like that. And then for the top reward, 750 immortal soul coins. That would be quite beneficial for my account, but is it worth spending another 2, maybe 3,000 energy, which, you know, that could be your gems, that you might even pay real money to do that. Sometimes you've just got to know when to quit. Pick something, find a milestone that works for you. You know, if you're not going for the fusion, maybe the 10 primal quartz, maybe that's where you want to go. Maybe you just wanted the 15 gems. You don't have to complete everything just because it's there. All you're actually going to do is deplete all of your saved resources, and when something comes along that you actually want to do, you can't do it because you don't have anything to do it with. Know when to quit. It's very, very important in this game. Mistake number 4. Wow, we've all done this, and I bet we all still do this to this day. Pulling shards outside of 2x events. Now, this is a very simple one when we look at the summoning chances of any shard. Let's pick on Sacred for the sake of this argument. We have on any given day a 6% chance to pull a legendary. That is not a high chance. You know, what we really wish it was 94%. However, that's for the epic. That's just not how it goes. What we really, really, really want to do is make sure that when we are pulling shards, because they're either very expensive if you're paying real life money, or they're just quite rare because we don't get given them all the time, we want to make sure that when we are pulling, we're giving ourselves the best chance of actual success. And even if you don't want to see it as success, the way I see it as a 2x, it's halving your chance of disappointment. Don't just think, oh, I've got 17 void shards and there's a cool champion up for grabs. Yeah, let's just pull them all. It's so much quicker to spend your shards than it is to gain your shards. Just give yourself the best chance you can get to save that disappointment. Tip number 5, you will have heard me say this so many times, but I think it's the most important thing in the entirety of Raid. Stop trying to do everything all at once. We've got so much to do in this game. There's a bunch of dungeons. We've got, you know, we've got masteries to do, so we've got to be in the Minotaur. We need some silver, so we probably have to farm Spider. There's the event dungeon. There's, you know, Sand Devil and Shogun, and, you know, we've got Clan Boss, we've got Arena, we've got Doom Tower, we've got Curse City. You kind of can't do it all. And the more you try, the less you're actually going to achieve. Like I always say, just pick a task. You know, a lot of these events, as we can see like today, they don't last 15 minutes. Usually you get 2 to 3 days to do them. You've got plenty of time to get everything done. You've just got to prioritize, and you've got to make sure that you're doing the things that actually benefit your account. Right now, I'm kind of farming Arena. I'm farming Live Arena because we've just had a season start, and actually, because I'm farming Live Arena, other things are probably going to have to fall by the wayside. You know, I'm not going to get into my dungeons. I'm not going to farm up any of this. I'm probably not going to get any masteries done, but that's okay. Just pick something and do that, because you just cannot do it all. And if you try, sadly, you will either go bankrupt in real life or you'll just fail in game. Just avoid getting sucked into that. Plarium are very good at this game, better than you. They're better than me, and they know how to take all of your resources away, so that all you're left to do is go, damn, now I need to spend actual money. So that's it, just 5 quick tips for today. Those are all 5 things that I wish somebody had told me when I first started playing the game, because I have made every single one of those mistakes multiple times. Hopefully by now, I've been playing 5 years, I've learned not to do those things. So like I always say, just give yourself the best chance you can have. Try and avoid that just trap that this game sets you in just about everything that there is. Enjoy your game, enjoy playing Raid. It is actually quite a fun game. It's just not fun when you're always on the back foot, just climbing uphill thinking, oh, I want to do this event, I can't do this. Take it easy. It's just a game. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe. I will see you on the next one.